Hey guys, Dr. Jared here with 212 Degrees of Wellness. We just wanted to shoot a quick video for you on sleeping posture. So that's a question that we get asked quite a bit. What's the best position to sleep in? What's the best one for my neck or my low back? So wanted just to shoot a quick video to kind of address that for you guys. So the best posture for you to sleep in is definitely going to be on your back. If you look at this picture over here, you can kind of see when we look at the spine from the side, there should actually be three curves in here. The one in the neck and the one in the low back are especially important to consider when you're sleeping. When we start to lose these curves, what happens, the spine straightens out and we actually get tension or pulling on the spinal cord, which can cause all types of health issues and pain for you. So when it comes to sleeping on your back, I've got a couple different pillows that I want to show you that I would recommend. So the first one is this one here. This is called the GoodRoll. This is the newest pillow that I got. I've just had it for a couple weeks. It's very cool because it's adjustable in a few different ways. The other thing that's really nice about this is if you look on the inside of this, I'm going to show you this real quick because this is kind of a neat feature too, is what is in this thing. So inside of here, if we unzip, can you see that, Kelly? We've got all this brown stuff, and what this stuff is actually is just buckwheat hull, which is cool because a lot of pillows have different types of foam and other things that could have a lot of chemicals and stuff in them. So if you're sleeping for 6 to 8 hours a night, you don't want to be sleeping on something that's full of chemicals. So here's the cool thing about this one. It's got a couple snaps on it that we can change the firmness. So these snaps are magnetic, so they're super easy to use. So if you have both of them snapped, you have kind of a firmer pillow here. And when you're sleeping on your back like this, we put this under the neck, not under the head. When it's under the head, what it's going to do, it's going to straighten out that curve in the low back and push your head forward, which again is going to put some tension on your spinal cord. So you want it under the neck. So if you have a longer neck, this position may be kind of good for you. You do want your head to kind of come in contact with your mattress or the bed back here. So for me, you can see it kind of pushes me forward a little bit. So what we can try next is just to kind of snap this, loosen it up a little bit, redistribute the buckwheat some. And this is kind of like what they call a medium setting. So this one's actually pretty good for me. If you have a shorter neck than me, or if it's less flexible, you may want to loosen this up all the way so you can just snap the other side out, and you can see we can get that pretty narrow. But the cool thing about this again is that you can redistribute the buckwheat to really kind of fit and match you. And honestly, this is super comfortable here. You can see how my head is all the way rested back. The curve in my neck is fully supported. The other thing with sleeping on your back is you do want to put like some pillows underneath your knees. That will help to take some of the tension off of your low back. So especially if you have low back issues, pillow under the knees is good. Sometimes a small roll, even smaller than this, underneath the curve in the low back can help to support that curve in the lumbar spine as well. So this is a great one. The other one that I want to show you guys is super awesome. This is actually my own pillow for my bed. And this one is called the Proper Pillow. So this is a foam pillow. It's memory foam. You can see it's kind of squishy. It's not the broken up foam particles. It's all one solid piece of foam. And this is kind of like a square with the middle all the way cut out. So you can see how that dips all the way in there. Maybe you can't see that very good, but anyway, your head rests in this kind of donut hole here. So if you look at this, here's kind of a side view of the pillow, how it works. So it's got the foam bolster here, the foam bolster that goes underneath the neck, and just a little bit of padding that is underneath the head. So your head falls back into there, again, letting your head kind of come in contact with the bed and then supporting your neck all at the same time. So this is a really cool pillow. I've used this for, I don't know, maybe about 6 months or so, and really like it. It's awesome. What I love about this too is just the research that's on it. So they've got some pre and post x-rays here. This one here, you can see, I think this is a 25-year-old male, and he's on the Proper Pillow, and you can see how that curve is in his neck and it's supported. This is the same patient on just a memory foam pillow that does not have the hole cut out in the middle of it like the Proper Pillow does. And what it does is it actually pushes the head forward, and you can see not only losing that curve in the neck, but actually causing it to go into the wrong direction some. So, a couple other things I like about this is When you lay on your back, it's awesome. But when you lay on your side, there's a good amount, like all of this portion of it right here is foam, and all of this portion right here is foam. So when you lay on your side, you don't want your head kind of drifting off to the side like that. If you put your head on the edges of the pillow, then it's still supported some. I think actually one side is a little bit thicker for the foam, and one is a little bit smaller. So I personally like to have the smallest side down. And then, like I said, with laying on this, my neck is supported, my head falls back into that hole. And then if I want to roll to my side, then I've got like the thicker bit of foam here, okay? So the last one I'm gonna show you is for people who sleep on their side or have a hard time sleeping on your back. They actually make side sleeper pillows. I don't know if you knew this or not. So this is a side sleeper pillow. It's one I kind of have in my bedroom, but I don't necessarily use all the time, but I just keep it kind of by the side of my bed like that. So if I do want to roll to my side, I have it there. And you can see this is much thicker. It's a little bit more boxy, and the foam is quite a bit firmer too. So it's got a little bit of an indentation or a ridge kind of cut out here, and that's the side that you want your shoulder on. So that's kind of cut out for your shoulder to be there. So with side sleeping, you're like this, right? So the good news about this is that because this pillow is a little bit thicker, my head does not drift off to the side like that, causing this kink or this compression in my neck. So if you're a side sleeper, you might need a side sleeper pillow. And it's gonna keep some pressure off your shoulder when you're up enough. The big thing is to keep your head and your neck aligned with the rest of your spine like this. If you're a side sleeper, you probably also want to put a pillow in between your knees. So if you've got a pillow in between your knees, we'll just use this one for right now, like this, that helps to support the pelvis and it keeps your pelvis stacked up. If we don't have that pillow between our knees and we sleep on our side, what most people end up doing is this, right? So then we end up with all this torquing and this pressure in the low back, and we don't want that. So that really is the best way for you to sleep. Number one suggestion would be on your back if you can handle it. If you can't, sleep on your side, pillow in between your knees, and a side sleeper pillow. And the last position is on your belly. So the reason that that is last is because that is the worst one for you to do. So I know a lot of people like to sleep on their belly and it can be kind of comfortable, but here's the issue. If you have a softer bed, a softer mattress, and you sleep on your belly, this curve in here will increase. So you'll end up kind of getting like the butt goes back like that as the belly sinks forward into the mattress, and then we get compression in these joints here in the low back. The other thing that's more important for belly sleeping is that what happens to your neck. So you can't have your face straight down into your pillow like you put in our chiropractic table here. It's got a hole cut out so you can breathe. This would be a good way to sleep for some people. But you don't have this. So if you're sleeping on your belly, your neck is kind of turned like this, right? So that means that all night long, you have your neck rotated and compressing nerves that are on one side or the other. So you do not want to sleep on your belly. Try to avoid it at all costs. Best way, on your back. The good roll or the proper pillow, we'll put links in the video so you guys can get those if you want. We actually carry the proper pillow in the office. And then second best would be sleeping on your side.